What's up, YouTube? It's your boys back. I've already lost all my energy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to review Predator Badlands. How many has there been?
If you included the animated series Killer of Killers, then yeah, it's the sixth installment.
Okay. I liked that Predator had a harsher tone. I like the fight scenes; they were pretty cool. So good fight scenes, very good sound design. But that's about where the good ends for me, honestly. Certain characters in this film were really annoying. We were like rolling our eyes. I was rolling my eyes. So it's just horrible. I wish they went with a quieter movie told visually and audibly. But yeah, what did you think, Mitch?
What did I think about it? Leading up to this, I reacted to basically every trailer, and the red flags were all there. The warning signs were there. Namely, it's got the stamp of Disney over the top of it, so it's gonna have this Disney vibe to it. It's gonna be, for lack of a better word, lighthearted in nature, with a product that is Predator. You walk into a Predator film expecting gore, expecting violence, expecting horror. It brought some of those elements, and they did it in a means where I think the director did as much as he possibly could in terms of pushing what Disney would allow in terms of violence and gratuitous and all that stuff. Cushionly sided with this buddy comedy. I've been ignorant in discovering who actually performs the Predator in it. The co-star in this is Elle Fanning, as most people would know. I really love Elle Fanning as an actress. I don't really care for her in this film that much. Second half of the film, she was more tolerable, but the first half, she was insufferable on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they basically had a scene where they explain why she was behaving the way she is, like, I'm tour guide, whatever, so I have to be like this. It's like, all right, fair enough. But they don't. That's just who she is as a quote-unquote, we know what she is, a synth. She's a synthetic. And, oh, man. I was waiting for the Predator any given time just to, like, take her head off. It's just like, dude, just shut up. It had this kind of, like, Donkey and the ogre from Shrek kind of partnership where Donkey just wouldn't shut up, and here's the ogre trying to do this quest. It felt very like that. And
But I like Shrek. I kind of like that buddy. That buddy worked.
But that's what I'm saying. It works for that. But with this, it's a Predator film. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
So, long story short, I loved everything about the Predator, what they showcased with the Predator. Everything else in the film, it was like they just put Pirates of the Caribbean, Guardians of the Galaxy, Disney product in there. All this self-serving kind of merchandising. And overall, it didn't fully kill the film for me. It somewhat redeems itself. It's like, when it gets to the point of, like, I'm so sick of this crud, it all of a sudden segues to another scene, and my intolerance level manages to go back down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just before it gets too annoying, before it gets too cringy, it redeems itself by cutting to the next scene.
Yeah, the pacing, I was about to say the pacing was pretty good. I wasn't bored at all, and they're always showing something.
Stays too still at any point. Yeah, for sure. But I totally agree. I wish they did this in the same style as, like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the film Apocalypto. If it had that kind of sense of vibe where it's just like most of the story is told through character action, surviving in the woods, trying to maintain 2 steps ahead, and had that as the focal point for this Predator, I reckon it would have been brilliant.
It would have been brilliant. But, yeah, that's all it really needed was that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, I don't blame the writers of the show. I don't blame the director. I don't blame the story itself. I blame Disney.
Yeah.
Disney always tarnishes everything. It's done it to Alien. It's done it to Marvel. It's done it to Star Wars. And now it's moving in to kill the Predator franchise. I don't think that's probably too much. I don't think it's killed it. I walked out of the film after all that still happier than I expected to be with the end result of the film. But if they could have taken out the C-3PO kind of humor, that would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um,
sorry.
yeah, it's a good. It visually looks great. Dan Trenchberg once again at the helm. He did Prey just. Prey was a very nice cinematographer film. We're now pushing more in towards the sci-fi area, so we're grounded in what's supposed to look like alien kind of planets and all that stuff. Set in the future with the evil corporation that is Weyland Yutani, always up to no good. Um, I enjoyed that stuff, and some of the creature designs that we come into in this film look really nice. Then at the same time, there's some creatures in the film I wish weren't in the film.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in the spoiler territory. Um, but yeah, it just in terms of like that level of absolute disappointment and okay, fair enough. It's above in that middle ground. It's okay, okay. I enjoyed it more than I hated it overall in its tone. Um, but yeah, it definitely would have benefited from a lot of less taken out of it, a lot of stuff taken out of it, and just had it centralized around what they said they were going to deliver a antagonistic story about a predator from his point of view.
From
And
his point
they
of
do
view.
that, but
Oh, well, they do
from his
that.
point of
Yeah.
view, they do that, but it's done in a cheapish way. They give him a sidekick. It's just like, no. I can even compare, ironically, this Predator to Godzilla. There's never been a Godzilla film where it's just seeing Godzilla destroy things. They have to have the human element into it, you know, and they cut away back to humans explaining things. It's like, get rid of these humans. I don't care. Just bring me back to Godzilla. And that's what I feel about this. I don't care about the synth stuff and all that. Just bring me more Predator doing what he does, which is hunt.
The rating. Ooh, okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it, like I said, as much as a lot of hurdles in terms of things to enjoy. The stuff with the Predator in general was freaking awesome, and it does carry the majority of the film. I'll push it on the spec of a 7.
I don't know.
I have
Maybe.
to I have to be critical, and I have to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Like it was great to see a Predator, you know, do his thing and have a story based around a Predator. It does come with a lot of baggage that kind of weighs it down, but I think the Predator in this, despite the backlash it had with its look and all that, and the trailers and all that, I think it was still a fairly decent Predator film. And I could easily make an edit where it's just the Predator and nothing else
Mhm.
happens in the film, and it'd be more enjoyable. So that's the only reason why instead of it being a 6, it's a 7, is because I still appreciated the stuff they did with the Oucher, and there was not really anything in it that I was like, no, the Oucher don't do that kind of thing. It's not like an Alien Earth when they make a freaking a xenomorph a pet.
Oh,
That's
my.
like they don't
Yeah.
freaking do that. Yeah, like the stuff in this, the predators can have some kind of emotional intelligence and whatnot. So because they live in a social hierarchy of honor and respect, so everything he does in it for me is believable, and it doesn't insult what has already been established with the Ultra kind of universe and their species. So that's the only reason why I'm giving it 1 + 1 to 7.
And what do you think of the CGI, by the way? I thought it was pretty good. I was worried from the trailers, but they fixed it up. It was mostly good,
That
I would
was
say.
It was mostly good. Like the guy that performs the Predator, I'm pretty sure most of it is a suit, so it's physically there. If not, it's well done. I think he physically does a good job as the Predator. His facial stuff from time to time does look a bit off. Um,
Yeah.
and they do kind of explain why he looks the way he does. It's like, okay, I figured they would go that route because he's a youngster and he's a runt, and apparently he's even like a little bit of a malformed predator. I don't believe that part. I think that was only added in when they first heard the negative responses to the trailers.
Mm.
Um, for me, I never really cared about his look. I cared about the CG making the look. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
And not just like
Like
ruining it
sometimes,
completely.
yeah, like sometimes the CG just looks off. If you compare this creature's facial stuff to Davy Jones in Parts of the Caribbean 2 back in 2006, if you compare them not in terms of appearance, but how they respond to light, how they respond to their environments and all that stuff, there's a clear winner in what is more believable. Davy Jones. This in for most of the part, the CG, it's possible, but at the same time, there's moments where it's just like could have done another render on that,
Yeah.
or maybe just a little touch up. Again, saying all that, it is still possible,
Yeah.
and it's because of the Predator himself being a badass throughout most of the film is why you can accept that as a limitation in what they were able to deliver in CG. Um, for the most of the other creatures that come involved, it's all they're fine.
It's
It's
fine. Yeah.
possible. It's more of an ambience in the background than it is a full front fleshed out creature. Um, one in particular, which becomes a focal part of the film. Um, a lot of the CG at the end when it was blending organic material with like infrastructure material, that was kind of probably the lowest point
All
in terms of
right.
CG. But again, it's possible. It's tolerable. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best in
And
terms of 2025.
there's a bit of a Black Panther CGI scene in a part of the movie, which was like, oh, they used too much CGI there. So they
I
definitely
think I know
used
what you're
too
talking about. Yeah,
they definitely used too much CGI in this, and it was annoying. It's just annoying that they didn't go practical, although they and just make it really good practical. But I do understand that he needed to have certain facial reactions, and I don't know. I feel like they could have at least made half his face practical and the other half CGI or something. But no, it was just full CGI head. So the whole time we knew we were looking at a bloody
CG face.
a pixel face instead of knowing there's something behind that. But anyway,
Exactly right.
that's it for the non-spoilers. Move on to the spoilers right now in this next video. Bye bye, everyone.